I'd like to call the meeting to order. This is the board meeting for the Harlingen Public Library Advisory Board. Today is Monday, August 23rd.
Recording in progress.
2021. It is 5:01 p.m. and we do have a quorum. I'd like to start off by welcoming our city manager, Dan Serna. Thank you for joining us, Dan.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Do we have any patron communication? No patron communication. Then we'll move on to the minutes. Approval of the meeting minutes of June the 7th, 2021. Everybody would take a moment to look through the minutes. If you see any need for corrections, we can discuss. Please let us know. If there's no discussion, I'll take a motion to approve the minutes.
I move that we accept the minutes.
To move that we accept the minutes as presented. Do we have a second?
Julie, second.
The minutes have been seconded. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. All right. Have approval of our minutes from June the 7th. Moving on to new business, we have discussion and action to approve the student representatives. I had an opportunity to visit with two high school students last week or the week before last. They submitted resumes and letters of interest. The first one is a young lady. Her name is Kendra Hernandez. She is a junior at Harlingen High School South. She has participated in the Parent Teacher Student Association, National Honor Society, and the National Technical Honor Society. And then in your packet, you'll see her information there. Everything that she submitted. We visited on the phone. She seems like an excellent student representative for the board. Also, the second student is a young man, Corbin Campu. He is a senior at La Feria High School, and he has had perfect attendance. He participates in the jazz band. He was all-region jazz band and all-region band, and he's also an honor roll student. So he's also I think, an excellent choice for a student representative. If you want to take a minute just to review their bios, if you have any questions, I'll get an answer for you.
I want to go ahead and add that both these students are very active in our ag program.
And they have expressed an interest. The discussion on the student. All right. Do we have a motion to approve? All right. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Same sign. All right. Then we have two new student representatives. And they will be invited to attend our next meeting and then the subsequent meetings after that during this coming year. The next order of business is discussion and action to approve the Lizette list, and this is the youth list. So you'll find that in your packet. Johnny, you just want to share a little bit with us about the Lizette list? Just
The
real briefly.
Lizette list is trust left to us by Margaret Lizette. And according to her will, we're to use these funds for books of lasting value. So primarily, we purchase nonfiction books for classic fiction, and we usually will rotate through either the adult or children's books. So all of the books that are purchased with these funds should be books that we're intending to keep into the collection long term. So we're not going to go buy computer books because they'll be obsolete within a year or two. So the first list is going to be services or for the section, and it's all nonfiction, early learning, early literacy items. And these will not be purchased until after October 1st, which is the beginning of the year.
Everybody would just review those titles. Do you have any questions or discussion? We're welcome. Any questions or discussion for the youth Lizette list? We have a motion to approve.
Yes, I will move that we accept that list.
We have a motion, do we have a second? Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed, same sign. All right, that one has been approved. Next up is discussion and action to approve the Lizette list adult.
And again, these are all nonfiction titles.
Any discussion or questions on the adult list? Do we have a motion to approve the adult list?
Truly, I move to approve.
Do we have a second? Right, it's been moved and seconded that we approve the Lizette list adult. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. All right, then the adult list has been approved. All right, and our last discussion item under new business is the discussion of the library 2022 to 2026 strategic plan. And there's a board survey right there in the back of this packet, if we'll just refer to that for our discussion. Share a little bit of information about this.
As part of our accreditation, the library is required to have a 5-year strategic plan, and it's that time for us again. So what I was hoping for is to get feedback from the board, feedback from the community, and feedback from staff, and coincidentally, the city is also working on their strategic plan. So what I'd like to do is figure out what our next steps are, figure out where we go from here, and align our goals with the city's goals, and kind of come up with a roadmap for it for the next year. I want to also just quickly add, I think I saw our new HCIS board member logged on, so I want to welcome Allie to the library. I think I saw her.
Yes.
Welcome, Allie.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate the warm welcome. I'm very excited to be the new labor representative from HCISD.
We appreciate your assistance, Allie. She's going to be serving as our HCISD school library representative. So thank you so much. We appreciate your service, Allie.
So you all should have a link to the survey. I appreciate those of you that have already filled out the survey, and I encourage those that have not to please fill it out. What I'm hoping to get is, where do you see our library going in libraries? Where would you like us to go? And how do you see your role as a librarian? What level of involvement? So when you're answering these questions, kind of think along that term. I would really like for the board to be more involved, and I feel like this is a great opportunity to kind of formalize it.
Yeah, John and I had visited a little bit with the community, and we thought we might just have a verbal discussion for a few minutes about a couple of questions on the survey, particularly number 5, 7, 8. 5 is, what impact would you like to make as a member of the library board? Is there anyone that would like to share their thoughts on number 5 with the group?
Well, as a board member, I was like, be part of this. I think it's so the overall knowledge of everything. But yeah, and I know one of the ones that is pretty good on it. Because I noticed that once I started looking for surveys, you want to just kind of pick the 1, 2, and 3 and move on, right? So it needs to be taken seriously and have fun and some tips on it, especially this being like what we really want to do. So, but yeah, in regards to my participation, it's to support, like you said, aligning not only with the city's goals, but with the library with regard to the level. And I think a little bit more exposure to work in the library, with the rest. So it's come along, but that's my concern.
Anybody else have anything to add to that?
Oh, you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're next. I'll do 7 though.
I like to use my skill set to volunteer and help, and I would hope that the library on me whatever that my particular skill set is suited for. And then I'd also like to assist the library in contributing to creative ideas, something new, different, and we're always looking to bring more features to the library and serve their needs better. I think they're very well served, but as we all know, everything is always evolving every day. And as things change, institutions and staff and volunteers change as well. So I think it's important that we always be on the lookout that we're evolving of the patrons and serving the community. Anybody else have anything they'd like to contribute to number 5? All right, number 7 is, if there were no constraints No constraints on budget, staffing, time. If anything was possible, was there some way you could imagine the library serving our patrons more effectively? Services, collections, or spaces could you see us offering in the future?
This one, mine was the bookmobile. I thought, Harlingen, our city has a lot of great events happening. I think now that COVID's, well, I say that now it's, let's see what happens, but, you know, we can have a present at these events. Either through a bookmobile or even something like Suez. I saw this online and I loved it. They had a bike with a miniature mobile and they were just, and they were pedaling it and with books out there for the patrons as they were going through these events. Just awareness to out there that, you know, hey, we have a beautiful building over here, come check this out.
Good idea. Anybody else have anything for number 7? I didn't put some in writing. All right, and number 8, as a result of our strategic planning, what positive outcomes would you like to see for our patrons, community, and staff? I've always seen the strategic plan as a really good way to plan out what you'd like, the way you vision your institution in 5, 10 years, and then work towards that. And I've always found it very interesting because, you know, once you set that vision and you start working towards it, all the other ancillary things that start to happen as you go along, but creativity breeds creativity.
On my list, if put these creative ideas into place, I would like for patrons to be able to verbalize back to us what they see, that they understand that this creative ideas, what they're there for, that they're taking advantage of it. And if they could verbalize it back to us, then we know we're being successful. Then we know that what we're doing is the right thing for the library. So I would like to see.
I'd like to give you an example of a big idea that came out of the last we actually were able to happen, and that's the team. And in the original strategic plan that we wrote, we really wanted to carve out a place and have a place where that they can call their own. And so that was one of the big goals of the plan. And what it did was it put it on the forefront of everybody's mind. And when an opportunity for funding came about, we were able to say, hey, we have this project in mind. And thankfully the junior league loved the idea and we were able to make it happen. And now we have a beautiful team over there. But because we kind of put the huge idea out there in the universe, it kind of it grew late and we were able to eventually make it happen.
And in addition, these surveys, did you also put it out? Have they also gone out?
Yes, that we've been doing community surveys. And I think that for the community, we did a survey, but we also did a wish list where they could put a leaf on there with a wish for what they would want.
We also did some customer intercept, so that while people were leaving the library, staff would just have a very brief conversation with them, asking, what did you enjoy about your experience here today, and how could we do it better? And those very brief encounters gave us some very useful information.
Right. Oh, that sounds awesome. Okay. Josh, what's your thoughts on
that? I do encourage you, if you haven't already, please fill out the survey. Because it is important for us to hear from you and kind of incorporate your ideas into the larger plan.
Thank you. All right, moving on to our library board reports. The first one is the chairman. Just like to let our board members know that the next time we'll be meeting, which will board officer. Please let me know, sometime within the next couple of weeks, and we can get everything ready for officer on October. All right, our vice chairman, Mary,
No report.
no report, and then our corresponding secretary. And moving on to our library business reports, library director.
I want to thank those of you that attended our ribbon cutting for the story walk this last weekend. I really appreciate your support. It was a very well attended event, and I feel really good about, I guess, the value that it's going to add to our community. It's a really fun, family friendly thing for the next big thing is going to be that, as you know, we're wrapping up the Border City Grant, which is the remote service kiosk at the Lansing Hill Park. They've got the kiosk installed, they've got the canopy installed. We're working out some last minute little technical glitches, but we're already getting it's sitting smack dab in front of the playground. So it's very visible, and every time we go out there, people ask us about it, so they're ready to use it. We're getting very close to working out the last little bit of the glitches. I think Omar was out there today testing it again, so we're close. The plan is that we're going to do a soft launch of a couple of weeks, give people a chance to kind of test it out for us, and then we're going to try to do a ribbon cutting for it sometime in September. And then we also have the graphics that you approved a few months ago. Those should be installed on the machine this week. But we're really excited. It's already kind of generating some excitement. I think it's going to be really well. It's a nice looking machine.
I saw somebody posting on social media. Somebody had seen it and taken pictures. I think really excited about it. I think the buzz is starting.
And I just want to put out there that we're the only library in all of Texas to have this machine. There's a competitor's machine that I think is definitely run for, but other than that, we're it as far as the 24-hour library. So we're kind of groundbreaking here, which is really exciting.
That's very exciting. That's fantastic.
I'm pretty sure that
Who coordinates with the public information officer for the city, Anna Garza? She does a really good job of promoting the library.
And the story walk is also unique to our area, correct?
I believe they've had one before. Not through.
Not through that organization. Next up is our HCIS. Everything else on next up is our HCIS school library representative, Allie Clemente. She is new. I don't know if you're prepared to report today, or if you just want to introduce yourself, Allie, or talk a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So my name is Alexandra Cornejo. You can call me Allie. And I've been with HCIC for about 6 years. This is my 6th year. Before that, I taught for 7 years with the ISD. I've taught all 6 years here at HCISD as a librarian. So I do serve as the library media specialist at the Harlingen School of Health Professions. It's been an absolute pleasure serving the students of HCISD because this is an amazing community. I actually live in Rancho Viejo, so I'm not originally from Harlingen, but I've come to love the community. I've come to love its people, the students. I mean, I consider myself part of the community since I educate its students, and being part of the school district, they put a call out for volunteers to serve as the representative for HCISD to the public library, and I was very eager to jump at the chance to do so. because I believe that the partnership between the public library and the school library is a very important one. I currently serve as the vice chair of the Public Relations and Marketing Committee for the Texas Library Association, and I'm also the co-chair of the Texas Association for School Librarians Legislative and Advocacy Committee. So I would love to, I just love getting a different perspective in the public library and being able to see both perspectives, public library and school library, and take that back to these two very important committees and see how we can really bolster and boost the the social and digital presence that libraries have, which I think is very important. A main goal for me right now is to really put a positive presence of our digital profile as far as libraries are concerned, and make those connections with our community leaders, such as board members, our city commission, state legislators, federal legislators, and really just call their attention to the wonderful things that libraries are doing today. So thank you so much for having me, and I look forward to working with you all in this very special partnership.
And we look forward to working with you as well, Ali. We'll be sharing that events that go on here at the library that you can share back with the school district, and then we look forward to hearing what the school district would like to share with us. Thank you. Thank you for joining our meeting.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Next up is the Cameron County Library Lay Representative, Frank.
All right, how you doing, everybody? Can you all hear me?
You sound a little soft.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
That's a little better.
Okay, I'll talk as loud as I can. All right, the last meeting of the CCLS was back, I think, late June. So some of the info that's here might have changed since then, but the four main things that were put into place, as you recall, the memorandum of understanding, the MOU that was brought up for accountability purposes. It was agreed upon. The motion was put into place for the CCLS president and the treasurer to be the ones to sign it whenever it will be required for it to be used. And it's simply a documentation of CCLS expenditures. The budget was approved for the coming year. No audit is to be done for this year due to the library closures. Also, a CCLS bylaws committee was formed. It will consist of all the county library directors, and a special meeting is supposed to be held for that. It might have already taken place. Future CCLS meetings format will remain virtual for the time being until further notice. This next part is the one that might have changed. The status of the county libraries at the time, all the county libraries except for Port Isabel had reopened. Port Isabel had remained closed due to rain damage, but would reopen in about 2 weeks. And then attendance so far had been low at most of the libraries, which I'm certain it probably still is. La Feria and Los Fresnos were not going to be doing this year's summer reading program, neither was Laguna Vista, so they might have started this month, and so was Rio Hondo. San Benito was going to do it virtually, and Harlingen and Brownsville were both going to do a hybrid type. Okay, that's CCLS. On my Valley Byliners group, regular meetings began, well, no, on the June the 12th, we had a meeting on Zoom simply to for running late on nominations for next year's group officers and board members. Elections were supposed to be held this month. There is a board meeting going to be coming up soon where it's going to be finalized, and I think the two positions, VP of programs and treasurer, I think, if I'm not mistaken, will be filled. There's already two people that are going to go for those positions. No regular meeting was held in July since the byliners don't meet during that month. The August 14th, which was what is it, 2 Saturdays, well, this past Saturday, no, 2 Saturdays back. It was in person there at the auditorium. It was a call to present session with several of the members, including myself. There will be another one coming up next month, next month's meeting. And then I'm doing a program in October. And then I think, if I'm not mistaken, November and January are filled up by two other writers. December is our Christmas get together. So further information on that will be coming up. The marketing meetings have are going to stay on Zoom. The 26th of June, we had Patty York Raymond presenting on how she marketed several of her published children's books. July 24th, there was no meeting. Again, the byliners don't meet in July. And on this coming Saturday, the meeting, the program is pending. I have not received yet details on what it will consist of. Poetry night started meeting uh, in person this month. We did have another meeting on Zoom on June and July. Actually, July we started meeting in person, and the attendance has been lower. It hasn't increased with the in-person meetings for obvious reasons. Hopefully, we'll have a better turnout the next one. But there are a lot of people that are interested. But again, with things going on right now, it's holding everybody back. And that's about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Frank.
You're welcome.
All right, next up, we have the Friends of the Library representative, which is Lynn, and she is not in attendance today. And the next two are the Tibetan Genealogical Society representative and the RCC Spanish Genealogy Society representative. Anne's not with us. Mary, you prepared for both of those reports?
Yes, I will do both reports. The Tippetech Society has not been meeting this year. They will be creating a window display on the tomb of the unknown soldier for November's activities. And they're planning a workshop February of 2022. There might be a meeting somewhere in between, but we're not sure yet. The Rio Grande Valley Hispanic Genealogical Society has been meeting since May in person. Our next meeting will be September 19th, and we will have Sylvia Garza Perez, the county clerk, talking to us about what her department does and how genealogists can avail themselves of the resources there and what she's doing to preserve records. So we're looking forward to that. The Society is hosting the 41st annual Texas State Hispanic Genealogical and Historical Conference, October 14th through the 16th at the Hilton Garden Inn, South Padre. We're keeping our fingers crossed that the hotel will remain open and honor our booking. We've had a few cancellations. People are really becoming concerned about the variant and the virus, and are choosing not to come. But at this point, we're going forward with it and look forward to having a good conference. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. And the last report is student representative and board yet, and so we do not have the report. Was there something you wanted to share with us today, Dan? Okay. We have our city manager, Dan Serna, with us today. Is there something you wanted to share with us today, Dan?
You're on mute.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah, if one of these days I'm going to get the hang of this Zoom thing. But I just want to say thank you to the board members and to the staff for everything you guys do at the library. I had the privilege of being at the storybook walk, and it was awesome. Very well attended, very well done. Good job to the staff. But I did want to say thank you to the board for all you guys do. There's a lot of activity at our library. A lot going on and a lot of new things to come. And that is a testament to all y'all's efforts. So thank you guys very much.
Thank you. We enjoyed having you with us today as well. All right, anything else for the good of the cause? All right, our next meeting will be Monday, October the 4th, 2021. That's all. The meeting is adjourned. It is 5:35 p.m.
Recording stopped.
Responded out laptop.
We tried it, I think, but it didn't work.
Yeah, but like external speakers, like if you were to plug in external speakers,
Them all the way up.
yeah, yeah, right. Because I could hear Mary, and I could kind of hear Allie, I could kind of hear Dan.
Maybe you can use that controller that we have, and connect the thing to that. You know.
Yeah, I've done that
That
before.
to this to that.
You haven't let them play with it, figure it out.
Yeah. I've done that before. We just didn't hear well based on the laptop, but we had like a set, we had one big external speaker that we would plug in and that would work. And then we also had like two smaller external speakers that we would use for smaller rooms. For like a larger room, we had like a big external speaker and that really made a difference. But yeah, I remember something all that.
Can we plug that in?
I think so. Audio.
It has an aux plug.
Yeah, it does. We just needed a splitter, and I think we didn't have a splitter, but once we get the splitter from Nick, or I know he has one. Thank you for helping us, by the way. Yeah, thank you so much. I know you were standing up there the whole time. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.